Hi ladies, so for this style you're gonna need a mirror, scissors, a comb, and some expressions braiding hair. So I've already pre-sectioned my hair. There are 8 partings on each side at the front, so in total 16, and at the back there are about 12 partings. I did it this way because it is an at-home hairstyle and it's a lot easier to fix the sections when it's already pre-sectioned than doing it all from the start. The style we're going to be doing today, by the way, is knotless braids, just in case you didn't get to read the description or the title of the video. So we are going to be doing small knotless braids. For this, you're also going to need some shine and jam. You can either use the orange one or the red one. So that's how I use my mirror to look at my braids, but honestly I probably won't be using it a lot, only because I'm in front of my phone and it's a little harder to see. So we're going to start at the back and we're just going to kind of fix the partings. Guys, please remember that this doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it's the back of your head. And it's just not expected that the back of your head is going to be perfect when you have to do it by yourself. So what I'm about to do now is show you guys how I separate my braiding hair so that each piece is the same size. This way, when you're doing your braids, you are getting the same size braid for each and every one, and it doesn't look crazy. So you're going to separate it into 2. And then you're going to separate it again in half, and you're just going to continue separating the braiding hair in half until you get the size that you want.
It helps the speaker lead his audience into the scene he describes by creating an imaginary picture. Usually it's something that moves.
Be sure that when you're separating it in half, you're getting the same amount of hair in each hand. So now what you want to do is separate each strand into 3 so you can be able to use it to feed into your hair.
So then, why?
Separate your hair into 3 strands and begin to braid as normal. Take a strand of the braiding hair and feed it into the last piece. Use your pinky to hold the other side of the braiding hair so that as soon as you are ready to braid, you can grab it and attach it to the piece that needs to go under. Repeat until all of the braiding hair is in your section, and then braid all the way down. Guys, honestly, I hope that made sense. I'm more of a visual learner, so for all my visual learners out there, this video might be more for you, because your girl cannot explain things in the best way, and I'm so sorry, guys. I really hope that you're able to kind of understand what I mean when I explain things. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is I'm about to cut the little tiny strands that are poking out of the braid. This way later on I don't really need to worry about having to cut all of them. This will ensure that your hair is as neat as possible. You don't need to do this, but if you're looking for a really sleek, flawless look, this is something that you could do. You could also use a lighter and just burn them off. It is completely your choice. Okay, ladies, so now what I'm doing is I'm parting my hair in a bricklay sort of pattern. I wouldn't really call it bricklay only because it's not right in the middle. Like the partings are not going in the middle of the parting below. But the reason why I don't make it directly right in the middle is because honestly, I feel like when it's done that way, sometimes there's not enough space on the sides to have another section of hair done, like that's actually equal to every other parting area that has been done. So I just like to do it this way. This way they're a little bit more uniform. Once again, guys, I really do apologize for the uneven partings, but I really did want to be as realistic as possible when it comes to doing your hair at home. It's a little harder when you can't see the back of your head, especially when your only source to be able to look at it is through a mirror and your phone. But I'm not really too worried about it because once again, it's the back of my head. So yeah. Okay guys, so now we are at the very end of the braids. There are only 2 left to do while I am turning around and showing you how it's looking so far. Take your time out and please give this video a like, a comment, and please subscribe to my channel and let me know what you guys would like to see next. As you can see, I did put a really blonde piece, more like the super blonde. I put it at the very front, and I will be doing the same on the other side as well. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I do braid differently when I get to the front of my head. It's just easier for me to place my fingers in this way instead. So if you find yourself doing that, don't even worry about it. Your braids will most likely still turn out the same way. So now I'm done. And you can leave it like this and just hot water it if you want your ends to be straight. But I'm going to curl the ends of my hair. So you're going to want to use a perm rod for this. And you're just going to place the part where you want it to start. The part of the braids where you want it to start. I usually only use about 4 or 5 braids per perm rod. The perm rod that I am using is about 1/2 inch in diameter, and you don't need to use the same one that I'm using. All you need to remember is that the smaller the perm rod, the smaller the curl. Please be sure that when you are locking your curl into place, you place the elastic over where you started so it does not roll out. Okay guys, so now we're done putting the perm rods in, and we are going to put them in some hot water. Oh, and there is one that's been left out, so we're just gonna hurry up and put it on a perm rod so it can get curled as well. So for this style to get locked into place, you're going to need a couple of things. First, you're going to need a towel. You're also going to need a jug that you do not use. And you will also need a kettle of boiling water. And yes, the water does have to be boiling water. If it's just hot, it will probably not work the same way that boiling water does. Ladies, be very careful, especially because you're doing it on yourself. It's a little bit harder to see where the water is going. So please be mindful of how you are applying the water to your hair in the jug. Let your hair sit in the jug for 20 to 30 seconds. So in the meantime, as we wait for the curls to set in, I'm just gonna go and do my baby hairs and also apply the mousse on the top of my hair. So the mousse I will be using is a lot of body, and I'm just going to put some on the top of my head and spread it out. I'm going to use my silk, or is it satin? I think it's actually satin, my satin wrap, and I'm going to tie it on my head. And while that dries, I'm just going to take out all of my perm rods. Ladies, look at the definition in those curls. Oh my gosh. Honey, this is giving 2000 Beyonce, and I am loving it here. So now I'm going to be adding some mousse to the ends of my hair just to make it even more perfect. Honestly, I feel like the curls really made this hairstyle 10 times better. I'm just gonna take off my satin wrap now. Oh my gosh, I love my hair so much. I hope you guys love this video. Bye.